I'm sure if you're watching this video, you are already familiar with things like Mere Paas Tum Ho, whether you wanted to or not, because it is all over everyone's internet feed, whether you are on Twitter, whether you are on Facebook, whether you are on YouTube. Everything you see is Mere Paas Tum Ho, Danish, and other characters from the show. I mean, I don't really remember the names, I don't care that much, but um, yeah, this is insane. I have never seen Pakistanis act this way before. I mean, like cricket gets a lot of people emotional, right? But that's still a limited audience of the people who care about cricket. But Mere Paas Tum Ho is insane. There are so many memes being made every 3 seconds. It's trending on Twitter under 3 to 4 different names, like the son of the guy and his wife and his own name and the show's name. It has like 4 or 5 different hashtags trending, and people are going insane. Entire families, like these clips, like
ओए अल्लाह मेरे पास तुम को देखने वाली आवाम हाय अल्लाह यार निशा पागल
क्या हुआ है
वीडियो कॉल पे
अरे अल्लाह दानिश मर गया पुत्र इन्ना दुख दे मैं विष्णु नहीं होया.
you can see these people right in these clips. There are clips of these people literally crying for the guy, and it wasn't even like well executed or well written. The guy literally just drops dead, even though there has been no health history of his given or any other indication in the past that he would suffer from such a condition. He literally just drops dead for the heck of it, and people are crying and bawling out. And if all of that wasn't enough, we have literal news channels reporting this shit, going like one of them, I mean, I'll show you the clip, but still I'm gonna say it too. One of them just literally went like दानिश 2 टके की औरत के घर जाके मर गया.
मेरे पास तुम हो की आखिरी किस्त जारी है. मेरे पास तुम हो का अहम किरदार हीरो दानिश ने और 2 टके की औरत के घर जाकर जान दे दी है. आम खबर से आपको अपडेट किए हैं. ड्रामा सीरियल मेरे पास तुम हो की आखिरी किस्त इस वक्त जारी है.
What? Jesus, this is the state of news channels, actual news channels. And you know, like all those clickbait small websites obviously would post that stuff, but even BBC Urdu is posting that the protagonist of the show is dead. What? Holy shit. Okay, so now that I've given you a little like background on what the hell is going on, I'm going to talk about the show itself. I actually watched it for just to like catch up with the country, and you know, I've seen a lot of feminist and liberal complaints about the show, and before watching it I was like, you know what, I mean, it's just a show, right? I mean, people don't like, I mean, it's just a show, first thing. I mean, I know that the like woman bad thing is going on like for ages, but I was like, you know what, ultimately it's just a kind of like show, and the woman was established as someone who cheats on him, and then she's like, she tries to double down, and then she literally leaves her child and the guy calls her a do take ki aurat, and while it has like a misogynistic tone to it, I was like, you know what, ultimately it's just a fucking show. But then I started watching it.
वो तो एमएलए भी नहीं बनने दिया गया आपको, पार्टी भी आपसे ले ली गई. अब आपके पास क्या है? तो मैंने सीना ठोक कर कहा कि मेरा ये भरम है, मेरे पास तुम हो.
Like, I mean, so it starts like a typical show that you watch. Like they get married, and she's ungrateful for what everything he tries to do for him, and then they argue. Sometimes the guy is slightly wrong, even though the show never establishes that. Most of the times the woman is wrong. Then she leaves him, and then he's like, you made a mistake, I'll still accept you back," after finding her in a hotel room with him. And then she's like, "No, I'm just gonna leave," and then she does leave. And then he gets that thing, which happens in Bollywood movies where the character is like suddenly all pumped up and they suddenly like become the CEO of Amazon and shit just because they are heartbroken. And he does that too. And then he also the trope of finding another woman that you will just waste the time of, and he does find another woman as well. And after that, there are so many episodes of this show, and everything I've said pretty much sums up like the first episode to the like second last episode. Nothing really happens in it. It's just a bunch of people talking about like you should forgive her. He's like, nope, even God doesn't forgive. Shirak, why should I forgive this woman? And that keeps happening in every episode. And then the last episode comes up, and it was obvious he was never going to forgive her because the show's writer Khalil ur Rahman goes on a new talk show every 2 days and then goes like, if a man cheats, he can redeem himself. But if a woman cheats, she literally fucking said, and I'm telling you guys, this happened to me. Well, he doesn't yell like that, but he literally just like starts saying that if a woman cheats, she's no longer a woman. She can't be classified as a woman. She's like fucking evil now. She's a spawn of Satan, a fucking witch. Burn that bitch. That's what he goes like. And it was obvious someone so misogynistic can't actually like write a more like different approach to the ending. It was obvious what's going to happen. And then the show establishes that she's a bitch for cheating on him, but the guy she cheats with, he has this whole like in the last episode there's this whole scene where he goes like that woman, she was never going to be anything serious. I mean, I just showed her husband her true colors. A woman like that cannot be taken seriously. He's saying this to his first wife who he cheated on, and he's just like trying to justify himself, saying that the woman was a bitch and I just showed everyone her true colors by having sex with her, and I'm ultimately a better guy. And then she's like, I will never forgive you for it, but you can come back and live with me, otherwise I will go get a divorce. And he's like, they victimize him. He looks like he got hit by a truck and he's gonna cry, right? I mean, and they try to make him look cool and that he is someone who should be given more leeway, even though he's just as bad as the woman. But the writer literally says everywhere that he is like, men are allowed to redeem, but women are literally Satan and don't deserve to be called women anymore. And because of this shit, he has been like, a lot of like, he tried to attend some Lums event and women were like, we're not gonna listen to him spoof shit. And then he made a long post saying, this is my real story and feminism is a disease, blah blah blah. I mean, this guy, I don't get why anyone gives him a platform. And then he says, it's my real life story. So if it is his real life story, why didn't he die like the protagonist? Anyways, so back to the last episode. What happens afterwards is that they finally convince him to meet the girl by saying that if you don't meet her, then God will not forgive you, because she's like doing a lot of shit, like she's like praying a lot, she is getting woozy fair and everything, like that, all that stuff. And so then he meets her, and with no history of illness whatsoever, he just drops dead. He literally fucking dies. He dies. He's dead. He dies with no history of him having health issues throughout the entire show. And he didn't have any heartbreak problems when she left him. He even engaged a different girl, right? He had an engagement, but then he just meets her once. He drops dead. But wait, he's not dead yet. He is in a hospital. They're about to give him oxygen, and he literally refuses the oxygen, and the doctor complies. Like, okay, he just say, doctor, please, I'm fine. And the doctor's like, okay then, fine. And then his heart flatlines. And if you're a normal person, if your heart flatlines, you would go into cardiac arrest or have a seizure or just literally fucking die, right? He doesn't. I'm dying. My heart is flatlined, kid. I'm not gonna make it. But before I actually die, here's a 1,000-word essay on why your mom is okay, because I have such a big heart that I would say she's okay, so you don't blame her for my death. And by the way, I'm gonna come in your dreams. That is pretty much the ending, and it is an ending that has like left shitloads of doctors baffled, and the audience is just crying, and they're like, like they're like Murray from Joker. He's like, you're laughing. Danish has fucking died, and you're laughing. So yeah, that's the state of the country right now, and that's the state of that misogynistic drama where literally nothing happens besides a few people talking. That is so famous right now. That is breaking box office records because they aired it in they showed it in cinema, and it's being aired on the channel. Like this, I saw like the fifth rerun of it today, and it kept rerunning all night. I know why everyone is so obsessed with it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are actually watching the reruns over and over because it's such keynote to them. But yeah, the drama was a complete waste of time, and it's extremely misogynistic. Like, I'm not saying that if a woman cheats, then she should be shown as a good character, but the show has men doing the same thing, but then the men are supposed to be different or better. And if anyone had any doubts about that, then we have Hilul Rahman literally just explaining himself, saying the same shit on TV shows, making every single woman cringe in their room. So yeah, I mean, I can see the problem with it and that people have. And that, like, before I end this video, I will also, like, this is actually something that happened in my house. Like, my brother-in-law watched the episode, right? And we didn't understand these things before. We were like, why do people act like this is going to change everything if they watch it? And my brother-in-law, like, nothing ever happened to him, right? We started acting and feeling so victimized and started saying shit like, this is what you women do. See, you've killed the guy. You women kill people with your betrayal. And we were all just like, what? It's insane. The fact these TV shows have such impact on people, and when you have the power to do that, maybe, just maybe, don't be a bitch.